There's nothing I love more than space missions. They expose space. And Expedition 53 is one of those that do just that. And as you can see from the crew here, we got some absolute legends from the space pantomime circuit. We got the harness man, Mark Vanden Hei. We got the airfix photographer, Paolo Lesmeli. And of course we got Randy Bresnik, who loves to get caught up in himself. 3 legends of the space pantomime scene. But it's 2 in particular that are going to shine here as we look back at this historical mission. Randy and Mark. Bear with me. So let me set the scene here. The ISS is supposedly having a live back and forth with a school in America where essentially the kids are asking them questions. In this instance, one of the kids has said, "Can you do a somersault for me, please?" Of course, the harness man himself, Mark Vanden Hei, far right, steps forward to deliver. Mark, in case you don't know, has a long history at messing up these circus tricks and of course exposing the ISS. We'll watch this a couple of times. Few points here to take note. 1, just as Mark starts his somersault, the TV crew and NASA have got so little confidence in him that they split the screen. 2, as Mark's nearing the end of his somersault, pay particular attention to his right hand, where he actually tugs at the harness behind him to take the sting out of his momentum, so he can sort of come down and try and pull off this silly circus stunt. And 3, finally, pay particular attention to the over-the-top posture and the woo as he finishes this silly performance, desperately hoping you haven't noticed him tug at the harness and kind of really make it quite obvious for even the most hardened of space believers here. So let's have a look. Take it away, Mark. Blow us all away with your semi-amateur circus skills, my friend. Split the screen. Pull at the harness. Woo! Kid did not look impressed whatsoever. And again, look at Randy's face in the middle. He knows. He just knows it's going to end in tears, or he's going to end up exposing this silly charade for his. But Randy can't get too cheeky, because Randy's next. And he gets all caught up in himself. So that smug look that Randy's got in the middle there is going to be wiped off his face very shortly. But let's see Mark once again. Ridiculous. And once more. Look at Randy in the middle, the smug look on his face. That's going to get wiped off in a minute. But he's laughing at here, Mark, because he knows whenever Mark tries to do this nonsense, he always exposes this nonsense. He always exposes himself, I should say. One last time. Drum roll, cut, somersault, tug at the harness. Woo! Over the top performance. Look at the kid, bottom right. Not impressed with that. He's like, why did you tug at that harness behind you on your right? You're not in space. Bear with me. So if that wasn't bad enough, it's now Randy's time to take centre stage. Randy, of course, is in the middle here. Randy decides randomly to do a somersault here during his live. Problem is, Randy gets caught up, gets all entangled in his harness. And the only way Randy can get out of this entanglement is to put on a 1980s robot dance and untangle himself. Very strange stuff. Although it's clear to see Randy probably had some moves back in the 80s. So let's have a look.
Like at home, you have your lights on the ceiling, so that is up. But then you can do this like Randy's doing. And for him right now, it looks like for him that he's standing up. So there's really no sense of direction other than maybe the writing on the walls and the lights that we have, which makes it really neat. When you're working, you can get in all different kinds of spots and it all seems to work fine. So it's a...
Let's just see Randy's robot dance. Fair play, mind. He's just made it so blatantly obvious. Both of his pals here, like, can't even look at the camera. They're that embarrassed by that performance. And look at Randy. Cheeky little smile. He's like, all right, Treacle. Fuck's sake. Let's come back. Let's check the robot man out. And of course, they split the screen, again, just like they did with Mark, so you can't see it that well. But let's check out this robot dance escape here from his entanglement pantomime.
Which makes it really neat. When you're working, you can get in all different kinds of spots, and it all seems to work fine. So it's a great place to...
He carries that off like a boy. Let's come back again once more. I see the pantomime in full. Oh, dear.
Like at home, you have your lights on the ceiling, so that is up. But then you can do this like Randy's doing, and for him right now, it looks like for him that he's standing up. So there's really no sense of direction other than maybe the writing on the walls and the lights that we have, which makes it really neat. When you're working, you can get in all different kinds of spots, and it all seems to work fine. So it's a great place to live and work.
It's a fantastic place to watch and come for a laugh. Airfix models, CGI, hairspray fetishes, harness failures. I mean, here we got, look at the state of these. The looks on the faces say it all. Your pal in the middle there literally had to do a robot dance to get out of his entanglement pantomime. And once more before we go, let's see this robot legend emerge from the space pantomime scene.
The writing on the walls and the lights that we have, which makes it really neat. When you're working, you can get in all different kinds of spots, and it all seems to work fine. So it's a great place.
Expedition 53. Another space mission that exposes space for the charade that it is.